What's going on, man? I got my boy in here, Wally. Wally, say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going down? So I had an idea, man. Me and this guy, if you don't know, have been, highly touted, highly praised for our lyrical capabilities over the years, compared to one another, etc. And I thought, man, me and him should chop it up and talk about some rap shit. So we're gonna have a draft. Our seven favorite rap projects of all time. Project meaning not just album. We're gonna do mixtapes, EPs, whatever you got. So back and forth, you know. And before we get into it, you know, what kind of to you do you think makes like a timeless project? You know, because I had to do some digging back because you know we're a little
Yes,
older and
yes,
so
definitely.
some things I used to listen to like I'm like okay, Country Grammar by Nelly, right? Like that got a lot of spin from me in my youth, but
Wow.
is that gonna be something that I'm gonna play in 2026, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
no. Now, and also because we're artists, we have a different ear and are not beholden to these sort of, everybody's list is going to be Illmatic by Nas and
Oh.
the Blueprint with Jay Z and Kendrick
Oh, fuck no.
Lamar
Fuck
and
no. Fuck no.
right,
Everybody you named so far would ain't in my top nothing. I,
right.
I actually just recently had a rap debate in the studio. Was that Saturday? And it was kind of similar to what we're doing now, and they were just blown away. But most people, I don't think the people like you said, we interpret, we absorb music differently. So
Right,
most your average consumer just isn't listening to, or they don't appreciate certain elements that I think
right,
we would. So you're
right.
definitely on the money with that one.
It's a different, and I there's so I thought about because this is our favorite too. It's not necessarily the best. These like the seven. Like you can't listen to anything else ever again, right? This is what you die with, or these seven projects. And so there was one that I know from back in the day talking to you that I thought about maybe like strategy. Do I poach this one? And it's a Kanye one, but I was like, you know what? I
Mm,
don't know if that's good enough. It's not. It's. I don't think it was in my top 10. Right. So I don't think I'm gonna poach. But so we kind of talked about it. But yeah, check me and Bro's music out. We're not just some random motherfuckers here talking. We really know what we're talking about. Highly versed and dedicated our lives to this craft. So, check us out. He's Walter West. I'm RPG. But Wiley, man, I'm gonna go ahead. Since you're the guest, we'll let you crack the draft off. I kind of try to put mine in order too. You don't have to do that, but who do you got, man, for
sure,
your first selection? We'll kind of talk about them as we go.
sure, okay. Let's see. So I don't have my list in order, but I am pretty concrete on my list.
Okay.
So I guess the first piece that I'm going to mention in my seven of the albums that we can only, these are the only albums we'll listen to for the rest of our lives.
Right.
Has to be for sure the Game's Jesus Piece album. Um,
Really?
I
Wow.
I have argued I have argued up and down about this about this project with people, and one of the main things that I think people disagree with me about is I strongly feel like I mean I have you and I both have a million rap opinions, but
Sure.
I feel very strongly about what I'm getting ready to say right now, and that is that the Game is the best rapper to ever come from the West Coast.
Okay.
People hate that, and these part timers want to mention Kendrick.
Yeah.
I normally
Me and
have a
you are
lot of
both pretty not high on
yeah,
Kendrick. Yeah.
no, this is not impressive work.
yeah.
You asked what I'm not gonna do too much slandering of rappers. I'm a refrain.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you asked me what I think makes like a phenomenal project, and
Right.
for this, I would say in my seven, this is easily one of the top three most versatile projects. One of my favorite things about the Game is that what I feel makes you a superior lyricist is if you are is versatility, and by versatility, one of the big things for me is the ability to emulate.
Okay, I was just gonna
So
say that I remember you saying here at that time about that project that he had mastered emulation. So
yes,
yeah, yeah.
he is a master. It's there's not many that can be a fan of an artist and then perfectly match their style.
Or at
Their
least
style
like
is
a
it, but
poor
make it
man's.
unique
Yeah.
to him. So, and I mean, like one of my standout tracks from the project is Heaven's Arms,
Okay.
and it's just which in my opinion he's emulating Nas.
Okay.
Who's not? I know he got the Illmatic slander a second ago, but he's crafted the record so masterfully, and he blends storytelling, which is one of my favorite parts of the art, storytelling, and then just self-expression.
So can we talk about storytelling real quick? Because I think that it gets overrated unless it's done in a certain way, right? Like storytelling, I like conversation style, right? Like Eminem, Kim, or like do you know where it's done when you can frame a verse like how people actually speak. That I appreciate more than like I went to the store with a 44 with shut a whore inside the door, like you know what I mean, like when it's done like
Yeah,
how.
no, I don't know. I don't like that type that
Yeah,
you just. I mean, I don't know if you freestyled those bars or
I
if those were
did, I
Eminem
did.
bars, but it's pretty impressive. But yeah, I think there's certain levels to storytelling. He starts off the record talking about his experience with this girl and how he had her trafficking drugs for him, and she got caught up, but she didn't tell. It's great. The cadence is perfect. The production's great, and there's a lot of records on this project where he's switching his style, and it's still very pleasant to listen to. His verse on Ali Boombaye is perfect.
Ali Boumaier is a dope record. I remember that record, dude.
It's perfect, and he has and 2 Chainz. Well, I'm not a huge fan of 2 Chainz, but I think
He can rap,
you know,
yeah.
like me and you, we doing certain records with people, it will bring out the better elements of the artist.
It'll
And that's what the
accentuate
game
it,
does, I
yeah.
think, a lot of the time. One of my favorite records from the game in general is "Wouldn't Get Far" with Kanye West.
Yeah,
He
no, that's a
shits
good
on his
one.
thoughts.
Yeah,
It's fantastic. So, but
yeah.
this body of work, I think of the things I've enjoyed all of the games project, but I think this one is probably the most special to me.
Okay.
So that's my first.
But no, I appreciate that though. So okay, wow. I mean, so that's spicy, man. Fucking, that's your number one. Now you said they're not necessarily in order, but I'm okay. Okay, so well, I definitely that was not on my board. So
Of course not.
you got that. But I remember when that came out, you really liked that record. So. Okay, well, mine are kind of in order, and just off rip for me, man. I gotta go the OG, very first Marshall Mathers LP.
I knew it.
You knew that was my favorite.
I knew it was on the list, and I knew it was going to be the first mention.
Yeah, for me, man, we were just talking about that album last night too. Like it's damn near a no skip for me. And if I had to skip one, it would be Amityville, with D12 in them. But it's just I don't know, man. I go as you know, we knew we liked it back in the day. But as my artistry has grown and my pen and my ear has grown, I go back and listen to it. It's almost like every time I go back, I hear something new that he was rhyming. I see a new piece of the technical side of it. You know what I mean? And it's been something that I've just been amazed by over the years. Like it was just the perfect thing at the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? So some of the references are dated with the, whatever, the Hillary Clinton or whatever the fuck, Monica Lewinsky, this, that. But, for me, I just from the technical side of it, the raw energy. A lot of people don't understand like recording is a skill in and of itself. Like that was one of the. I'm still to this day learning how to try to get better at that and perfect that. Like so, just the vocal inflection and shit. So yeah, it's something that I can. Always revisit, so had to put that on there, man. So we got our first projects locked in. We'll bounce it back to you.
All right, I'm gonna mix it up here a little bit.
Okay.
And I think you might have hinted that you knew I was going to add this project to my 7
Yeah, yeah.
earlier, but Kanye West 808s and
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, a master class in artistry.
Changed music in a lot of ways.
And that was my next point. I think him and Drake have revolutionized rapping.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with emotion, but rapping from an emotional perspective. Because when we were young, all of the rappers were hardcore. It was hardcore and then like shock value stuff. You can hear a sad record, but
Even the singing was like, "I'm a thug, baby," like Ja Rule, like
Yeah, it wasn't. We didn't have this, so it's very special. And he's coming from. This is his most emotional body of work. His mom just died. He's in the studio in fucking shambles, and I think this is his best album.
even the cover art is iconic. The fucking heart balloon.
Yeah. Yeah, very artistic. I almost got that balloon tattooed. I would love this album so much.
Oh wow, yeah.
Also, I was going through a breakup at the time, so it was it just lined up perfectly for me.
For me, that like I thought about that one. I thought about poaching that from you, but I was like, I think he likes it more than me. And for me, like while there's a lot of standouts on there, some of the records fall flat for me. Like you know what I mean, like Love Lockdown and Heartless and records like that are timeless, but there's a couple that fall flat for me, like especially towards the end. I feel like the album's kind of front loaded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I personally feel like it has no skips, and there's some that if you're playing it at the wrong time, it'll put you in a
bad space. Yeah.
See You in My Nightmares with Lil Wayne on the project is one of my standouts.
Yeah, yeah.
Besides Coldest Winter, that's my favorite record on the project.
Really?
See You in My Nightmares, the production is just fucking perfect, and
yeah.
I just think everything about it is great.
I think
Wayne shit talk.
I think my favorite song on the record is probably the one with Cudi. What was that guy? And my head keeps spinning. Can't stop having these visions. I gotta keep winning. Yeah, I like that one.
That's the intro. Yeah.
The ad libs, the Kanye ad libs are perfect.
Writing for that project. So
yeah.
I never thought I'd say shout out to Kid Cudi, but shout out to Kid Cudi.
Hey, at that time, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was instrumental in that emotional sad boy revolution too.
Oh,
so yeah, for sure. Okay, but yeah, so all right, man. Yeah, no, I kind of knew you would have that on there. I damn near thought that would be maybe your first pick. I wasn't sure, but yeah, no, definitely a solid album. Just wasn't quite. It was in my honorable mentions actually. But I'll shout those out when we're done. So my next one, man, I'm so happy to get this, and I thought about which project to lead off of with this guy because he has so much work, and kind of, yeah, kind of a staple of our generation. You know what I mean? And let me tell you this: I've never seen a run quite like it. This is pre kind of streaming and social media and stuff, and his best work was all free mixtapes. So the history and the numbers will never quite show it. You kind of had to be there, but I never saw someone that touched every demographic in the way that this guy, like, you go to a white woman's house and I pull up at Beacon Heights to my boy's house and everybody's playing the same shit. I haven't seen it before. I haven't seen it since. So we're talking about Lil Wayne. And for me, quintessential Wayne, when he really kind of started his run, let me get Dedication 2, bro. Like, that's, I think that's kind of where it started. You know what I mean? So, the best thing on there, the record towards the end with Jewels, I forget what it's called, but that's up there for me. Everybody obviously liked Cannon. A lot of memorable shit. Do I think it's necessarily his best overall? But it's some of his most memorable shit. I actually have another one that I hope to get later, where I think he actually peaked a little later, but. Yeah, like I think this is it changed everything. Like his own trajectory. Like people knew Wayne was good. Like if you were a hip hop listener, we fucked with him when he was with Cash Money and Wobbly Wobbly Jappy like it's hot. But like to see him go to that to the Carter, it's like okay, now he's really rapping. And then the evolution from there to this was like okay, this dude's like the best rapper out right now, you know. So
So I think Dedication 2 is an interesting pick from you, but you made it obvious that you have maybe at least one more in the chamber for Wayne.
yeah.
Cannon was definitely my standout on the record, and I think it has something to do with the jungle. Welcome to the Jungle with Joel Santana.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the
So
one.
I think the production on that was very crazy at the time. I think I remember writing something to that.
Yeah.
And those were like the main two records I played from Dedication 2. That's not my pick. I know you said this is kind of when he was on his trajectory. But I still think it's a good body of work. And I almost agree with you regarding his run, but I think there is one person who has gone beyond his run.
Okay, so hold on. Let's pause that. One more piece I want to add to this is with Wayne. Like there's so many records that I don't know what project they belong to, right? Like old school, like a pilot, I'm fly, like all that type of shit. Like, is it Drought 2? Is it Drought 3? Like, he had so much shit that's kind of just out there in the wind. So I know for sure everything that's on Dedication 2 is why I picked it. You know what I mean? Because
okay, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, you know. So,
I mean, it's a safe space. It's a good pick. Why the fuck is it?
so yeah, what who do you think touched every demo in a way that he was beyond him?
There's only one answer, and it's Drake.
See, I don't, man. Drake didn't have the streets though.
Drake definitely has. Drake has made the roughest of niggas more
Sure,
emotional in every capacity. Like you
but
don't even hear when you said he didn't have the streets. And
not in the way that Plies or Boosie did. Wayne had that level of street niggas fucking with him. Do you see that? I think that's the only difference.
Okay. Are you currently around any trappers or street niggas that do not like Drake?
I don't. I'm not a lot. I'm 35, finna be 36. I'm not around a lot of street niggas. Period anymore. So, but
Okay.
I like Drake has been. I saw fucking Drake come out as somebody I know that's fucking was very active at the time. Yeah, I pick him up. People listen to radio at the time. That first single, fucking successful. Like he was singing it in the car. I get it, but like when he would pick me up in his shit, he was not playing Drake. You know what I mean? He was playing Rick Ross, Plies, Lil Wayne, Boosie. You know what I mean? So I to that, I'm not saying they don't like him, but I'm saying
Okay.
I don't think it was.
You don't think he resonated with him as much
In
as
that
Wayne did?
and that specific
that's
demo,
understandable.
yeah, yeah,
But I think as far as the bigger picture goes, Drake is much more international
sure, yeah.
than Wayne was. I think his impact is
Look, think about Lil in front of everything. Think about tatted head to toe. Think about talking about drugs. Think about auto tune, whiny singing. Like I don't know. It's close. They're both up there with Kanye. I think with others, but yeah.
mhm. Yeah. I
He's
just feel
definitely
like
up there. So what? So do you have a project for? Is that your next?
of course not. You have to have a project from the boy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You
So
gotta have a project from the boy. I'm going the body of work that really solidified his versatility.
I hope you don't steal mine, dude. I hope because I got one.
It might be yours. I don't know, bro. I think I might have steal another one from you, unless you say it first. I'm going so far gone.
No, okay, good. That wasn't the one. Okay.
So far gone is first. Let me shout out my little sister because I used to burn her ass up when I would come home, hungover, whatever, and she was listening to Drake. She was listening to Backpacker Drake
Right.
before. She was a fan of Degrassi, so she knew that he rapped and he didn't have a big following. And I was burning her ass up like he's not that great, but I said all this stuff, and then years later, years passed, and I heard So Far Gone, and it was amazing. And I think different things you go through at the time will make a project resonate with you a little more.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was really doing a lot of womanizing.
Okay. Yeah.
I had so many bitches at that time,
Yeah.
and he was hearing somebody navigate or discuss navigating women, and actually agree with a lot of it, or feel like this verse is damn near what I'm going through.
All right, we had some technical difficulties, but we're back. So yeah, you were saying just basically at that time, and I never knew this about you, but so really you resonated with him because of his dialogue around women.
Yes, and I think in addition to that, I feel like he was how versatile he was. He's another one big emulator.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
it was unexpected, but he fused. I think it was just such a genuine project. Like it wasn't anything. Like a label wasn't behind him. Like you got to wear a chain and rap about fucking hoes. He's rapping about like hoes, being dirty and or we're this is like club fever time. He's talking about
Club
getting caught
fever.
up with with multiple bitches in the club. Like this is stuff that I was experiencing in standout records like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. That's a crazy record. Like making records for strippers that aren't like where it's not up tempo and they're clapping their ass to it. This is like slow. It's like slow pole music. You
Right.
don't really hear, before that, we didn't really hear a lot of that. They were dancing, they were slow dancing like 90s R&B records before Drake was
Or like in
coming
the
up with
white
records like this.
in the white strip clubs, they would dance to rock shit too.
Yeah, no thanks. I went, on a side note, I ventured to a white strip club one time,
Yeah.
when I was in college. It's so unseasoned.
Yeah, my sister, circa 1998,
No, we're doing this.
was working at Peaches and stuff. No, just a sidebar. Yeah, so lot of rock and roll and yeah.
You didn't have to bring this back
I
up.
bring it up in my art, man. It's part of my story.
Okay, you're right. You're entitled to that. Okay.
It's just a sidebar. Go on.
So that November 18th, got crazy spins out of me. It just I mean, he had hit records that he's proved that
What was the time signature one on there? Those are actually as an artist some of my favorite ones from him. The introspective conversation style. Do you remember this like the da 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 and da 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 like 5 a.m. in Toronto? Was it that one or?
I don't think he has one of those yet. I think the closest you could get to that was probably the Calm.
Okay.
He's just talking about his navigating experiences as a man and how he's anxious about all these things that are happening. I think that's probably the closest one to that.
Okay.
But I just like
Is this the one with like he had the baby face and the afro on the cover? Is that?
no, that's what's the name of that album? I can't think of the name
It
of
was
the album
like
right
circa
now.
2015. So this is this is this
This is way before. This is projects before that.
is this after
This
Take
is the one
Care?
that put him on.
Is this after Take Care?
No, this is way before Take Care. This is
Really?
like, this is way before Take Care.
Okay.
I feel like I want to say this came out in like '08 or '09, something like that.
Oh, so this is almost like thank me later. Like okay.
Thank Me Later was the follow up. That was his first his big industry album. But this project is what got Drake, I would say, national notoriety.
Okay.
Even his I don't know if you've heard him heard his verse on Say What's Real, but that's another one that you can compare to like a 5 a.m. in Toronto type of record.
Okay.
Just very open and emotional. Now sometimes Drake is too emotional for me. I don't want to make it seem like he's perfect.
Yeah.
Drake can be too emotional. He says things I disagree with. I don't agree with records like Marvin's Room I would never call a bitch and leave a voicemail
Fuck
about
that
such a nigga.
nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
I like that
I
one.
never do that
I'm a,
because I
I'm
hate
a
it.
I'm an alcoholic though, so
You're doing
there's
more. Okay, we're not gonna do the sidebars if you
why
do stuff
not?
like.
That's the
Oh
relatability.
oh my god.
Yeah. So I mean, okay. Moving forward with my third pick, man. I went back to back Wayne actually because Dedication 2 was the infancy of the sort of run that he had. And I think the crescendo to it was actually No Ceilings. I think that is
I didn't expect that.
the that era with the kind of I don't was 6 foot 7 foot on that I don't but it's the
That's on a Carter.
okay
That's
that
on
might
one
have
of the
been
Carters.
Carter 4 yeah I'm not sure
Carter 3. No,
it wasn't Carter
with the
3
Millie's on. Yeah, it's got to be on 4.
yeah so same kind of era though I think his run was like a little before everybody says '06, but I think maybe like '05 to like 2011 2012.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Around that time too was his verse on "Look at Me Now" with Chris Brown and Busta Rhymes is still something like I would go back and study from time to time. But you know the ice cream paint job record on there is iconic. The Watch My Shoes. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
that was gonna say that's one of my big highlights from the
Swag
project.
swag
I'm very
surf.
surprised that you picked this. By the way, I
Oh
thought we
yeah.
were gonna have the same other Wayne pick, but this is a great one. I really enjoyed No Ceilings. I think that he proved that he still had it. He could still entertain the people.
Right.
I think actually a verse that one of my favorite verses of his on that project is I think the record's called "That's All I Have," and he has Tyga and somebody else on it. I don't know who that was.
Yeah.
They're nobody, but and Tyga was underwhelming. He's constantly underwhelming, but Wayne's verse on there was just great. I like when rappers break the wall, and Wayne will sometimes do that. Like starting off the record, well, first of all, let me say that I don't like this beat, but
Right.
I weathered the storm. I'm a lightning streak. I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
perfect,
Yeah.
and I just think his thought process for
His
coming up
his
with
his
stuff.
his now me and you as artists we talk about cadence a lot.
Yes,
He started
yes,
to experiment and speed up his cadence a lot in this era. Now I
okay,
think he's almost sped it up too much, and where I saw that's about the guy, you know what I mean. But like it was done right. Like this is all the era of like up and away. Uh, they were looking like lightning struck that nigga. You know what I mean? Like it was like he
yeah,
started to speed it up a little bit. And we go through phases as artists, right? Like you start there's a bunch of fat on it, right? Then you trim the fat and it's kind of slow. And once you master that and learn how to dance with the beat, then you speed it up. You know what I mean? And that's where to me he kind of started to like have mastery of his craft. You know what I'm saying? So.
okay, that makes sense. I know you said you feel like he's too fast now. I don't know if you've heard the record Water. He's a feature on it. It's
Oh, he's
what is
always
this
good at
rapper?
features. Yeah,
What is this rapper's name? Big Crit. It's with Big Crit and Sweetie. The
I've
best
not
thing
heard that.
Sweetie's ever done. Um,
Okay.
and that's not really hard to come by. But his verse on there is perfect, and he does exactly what you were just describing, where he is switching the cadence and speeding it, and the structure is just immaculate, and
Yeah,
it's nice to when people never lose it, you know.
he's
And
the first.
Wayne has a drug problem, so he has a lot of reasons to
Right.
that would make sense if he couldn't rap as well, but the man's still very capable, so
He,
it's always nice.
he's the first one that I saw do a whole verse where it was the same rhyme structure from top to bottom on
Oh,
on Hail Mary.
okay.
Yeah, and I see. Like I've done it myself in my own craft,
Yeah,
but
same.
you know what I mean. But I think it became more prevalent after he did that. Like I started seeing, like I've seen J. Cole do it. Benny the Butcher. I just had one where he
Yeah.
did it. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So I slightly disagree with that just because I've heard the person who I feel like has mastered keeping the same rhyme scheme in there and keeping it impressive the whole verse is Fabulous. This was long ago
For like three
when he was
minutes
like,
though, like straight, like the same, like
I don't think he's had that as much longevity with it, but he's definitely the first person I've heard doing it.
okay. So you
Now
fuck.
Wayne's,
Hey, dude, I was fucking with Fabulous like in '02, '03
yeah,
before.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
he was one of my ghosts when I was a kid.
the
The
motherfucker.
the
That's like.
paper towel bandana. I was running around with a fucking paper towel bandana on my head. New York doesn't get enough credit for the standards they set
Hey,
in
that
culture,
era, that punchline era, that's why it was hard for me to like me and Rogo were listening to Plies last night, and when Plies first came out, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, but we are coming off Cassidy, and I know you don't like Jewels, but Jewels and Lloyd Banks and Fabulous
oh
and
yeah, yeah,
Jadakiss and all these people, you know what I mean? So it was just a shocking transition over the past 15 or so years to where music has gone now. But yeah, no, I definitely fuck with Fab too. So what do you got for your fourth?
All right, for my fourth, I'm gonna make it real quick. I'm gonna follow up in uh, the homage to Wayne, and this is what I thought you were gonna pick. I definitely have to go to Drought Three.
See, the only reason I didn't pick a drought is because I wasn't. To me, though, that whole series is just like an amalgamation of stuff. Is Drought 3 like, does it have brand new on it or old school or Zoo? Like, I know, what's on Drought 3?
Okay, what I can think of off the top of my head, Get High Rule the World, which I mean, it was the production's a classic. I think Wayne snapped the entire verse. That inspired a lot of my verses. Get High Rule the World. This is a project where he's rapping over other people's production, which is what he's known for. You know, the thing where if Wayne gets your beat, it's not your song anymore.
Right,
This is
yeah,
really one of those bodies of work that started that. Even
yeah.
with records I love like Shoulder Lean, he bodied it, and he has one of the most toxic bars on his verse for that, which is "And to the kids, drugs kill." I'm acknowledging that, but when I'm on the drug, I don't have a problem with that. Now,
Hey, yeah, yeah.
yeah, now, did you? Ah, you make me sick. I don't know why you said "a" like you just enjoyed that bar so much,
I
but
Side Quest, yeah.
but but at the time I was in college at the time and I was resisting the Wayne worship. I was I felt like people were doing a lot of
Although the
this
dick ride was heavy for
it
sure.
was bad. It was bad, and I was resisting it. And then I heard this on my way to Bloomington to Little Five. I heard Drought 3 for the first time, and I was like, wow, this is actually really impressive. A lot of these records are really impressive, and I couldn't deny it anymore. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's
I don't know if that had old school on it. Old
I
school was
don't think so.
that was one of my favorite. If you hit the head pin, the rest fall in position.
No, that's Get High Rule the World. What you're talking about? Get High Rule.
That one.
Yes, that's what it's called. Get High, Rule the World. That's what that's on. Drop 3. Yes.
Okay.
That's
Well, yeah,
so we obsessed over the same record. And
yeah,
that's probably YouTube probably put a different name on the one that you heard.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I've been around.
yeah,
I'm still around like them guy called cavemen. Yeah,
yeah, it was great. It was great. And then what he did to walk it out, perfect,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
perfect,
Take two of these and
perfect.
walk around.
Yeah, man. So
I hate the slander that he's gotten recently, and I'm like saying
well,
he's a victim of his own output and how much he worked because it's like there is some mid in there. There's a lot of mid, but it's like there's so much good shit, and
yeah.
that I was like him and Eminem and Drake. When Iceman came out, I listened at midnight. Those are the three that I don't get. They could put out hot dog water back to back to back to back, I'll still listen to whatever they drop just because
Mm.
you know what I mean. Like I have that level of respect for them, and they hold that place in my heart. Like Cassidy, Lloyd Banks, they lost that for me. You know, even though they were the
Definitely lost it for me.
yeah.
Hurt
So
me when Cassidy just fell apart and started saying stupid shit. But
yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, no, I definitely the only reason I didn't have a drought series is because, like I said, there's so much of it that it
hmm
was I couldn't pin the songs down to one specific piece. You know what I mean?
okay,
So this one, I don't know how you feel about this guy. I think we'll have some differences on this, but
here we go.
a no skip for me and somebody who I've never seen them pick up steam so quickly, but the cosign was crazy at the time that they had. Let me get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
you know what, Jordan.
what?
This you're not gonna say this, but I know why. Now. Hopefully you didn't have any G Unit beaters. I would be highly disappointed. Um,
No, no, or sneakers. No, yeah, no,
oh, okay. So you did good. You did good. But
no,
I
no.
think you have a certain level of you have a certain need for street appeal, and
Mm,
I think 50 Cent, because there's no way that you enjoyed it for the lyrics.
well, that's the thing. Like people hear the way we rap and think
hmm
everything our fandom would be exclusive to bars. It's not.
Okay.
Like you like Yo Gotti, right? So
I think Yo Gotti is one of the most clever artists for to as far as catching trends.
I had like I Plies was one of my last things that I left off, and so that would speak to your street shit. But that it don't speak to bars. You know what I mean? So
Would
I
you would you say that Plies is more street than 50 Cent?
as a person
I
or
mean,
as an artist.
their body of work, whatever Plies
I
writes,
think
because I've never
Plies
listened to a Plies
articulated
album.
street shit better than anybody ever, even
Okay,
like Boosie. As a
okay,
person, no, I don't think.
that's powerful.
Yeah,
That's powerful. I'm gonna give Plies a run. Probably can't resonate with shit he's talking about, but I will give him a run if you think that highly of the body of work.
we were like me and Rogo were talking about that last night. Like them first three, the one I left off, my favorite was Definition of Real, with like bushes and all that. But we're kind of leaning away from my actual pick, which was Get Rich or Die
Okay,
Trying.
okay, go ahead.
I think he did the singing shit too, like not to the same level of like a Drake. I think him and Nelly and Ja Rule don't get enough credit for kind of ushering in that like poppy sing song sort of shit, but they did it from like a gangster, like a gangster in love type lane. You know what I mean? Like with 21 Questions and shit. Um, but I mean, like in the club is a perfect
Mm.
fucking single.
I mean, it makes sense. It's actually one of his cadences in his arsenal if you think about it.
Yeah,
If you just play it in your head, it does sound like Lloyd could have wrote it.
and see,
Hopefully
Lord,
he got the royalties he deserved from that. If it's true,
yeah.
I don't know for myself. I don't know.
Um,
But
but then there's perfect Eminem features on there. It's like peak Eminem, and this guy came out like I didn't at first. It takes a while. Like as people, we're conditioned to like things that are popular. So I remember watching 106 in Park, and they debuted Wanksta, and at first I was like, but then it grew on me, and then in the club drop, and then he had a crazy run too, from like '02 to '05. But
I agree.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like one of the better songwriters, like hook guys, I think too. And he said that's how he was trained. Because he was with Jam Master Jay. Jam Master Jay would have him write three hooks for every song, and pick the best one. and so he kind of almost my art. I kind of focus on the verse and kind of do whatever with the hook. He was like, if you get the hook right, you can say whatever on the verse. You know what I
Very
mean?
true.
So
It took me a while to learn that because I still,
yeah, we love the
I think when,
technical. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, I hear a beat and I want to say something very entertaining or witty or
yeah.
just impressive. So I agree. I think it's an interesting take from you. I didn't expect that.
Well, and a lot of
But
these go back to childhood, and I don't know if we caught this on tape, but the way we consume music is different now. I don't listen to full projects much anymore, unless it's somebody else. You know what I mean? When Iceman dropped, I listened to that pretty much front to back. But there's not a lot of people that really like will sit down and listen to their shit front to back anymore. So if you'll notice, like I don't think I have any picks in the 2020s. Very few from the 2010s. Like my list is primarily like 2000s and
okay.
90s. Yeah. So, but yeah, let's move forward. What's your next one? I think this is number 5 for you.
Yeah, be number 5. I'm going to. Ooh, which of these should I go with? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go on record and say this pick is, in my opinion, this is the best rapper alive currently.
Oh yeah, okay.
Um,
We definitely don't have this on the board, but yeah, I know where you're going.
you, you said you don't have this on your board. What I'm getting ready to
I
say.
already know what you. It's Lupe, right?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
He is. Brandy, the
This is
leader
your
of the project.
spiciest take to me, but
This and it's crazy. It's crazy that you say that because
as a pen,
not
as a
only is he the
lyricist,
best
yeah,
at he's not the he is far from the best artist. He is
right,
far from making the best. He's far from making the best bodies of work, but he is the best at rapping of all of the rappers I've ever heard. He is the
man.
most
I think you're
impressive
better
at
than him.
rapping.
You know what I mean? Like, I think you know what I mean. I won't put myself in it. I think you're better than him.
Damn, you're doing what I do to other people, and that I appreciate it. But I've
Yeah.
never dropped a body of work as lyrical as Mural. When you can go back, and that's not, damn it, I'm getting away from the pick. But when you can drop a body of work and people are still dissecting bars years after you make it, it is a phenomenal piece of art.
I'll have to listen to it, but yeah.
Mural is, in my opinion, the most lyrical record to date.
To me, so
No
I
question.
because when we started talking here again recently, I knew your affinity for him, and I went and listened to some shit. To me, it's like when Eminem just was rhyming a bunch of shit for the sake of rhyming shit. It's technically like wow, like he can cut that bitch with a ginsu, how sharp it is, but it's like some of it is just word salad to me.
Well, I think, and that's fair. I think his a lot of his work requires in-depth analysis because he will, like Eminem. You brought up Eminem, and this is a great point. To both of their benefit, they both are two rappers who will tie bars in 20 bars later, tie a bar in 20 bars later than when
Right.
they said the initial bar.
Yeah.
Lupe does this a lot, and I also strongly feel like he has the most double and triple entendres of any rapper, and he does all this without fussing, without talking about the normal, without the normal
Guns
rapper
and
approach, and
bitches
that's what I
and yeah.
appreciate the most.
Yeah. See
It's
what
it's
see for
very
me, I come like for me music I come from a place like I want to be entertained by it. So this is the quarrel I have with a Lupe or a Nas or even like a Kendrick. Like it's like I hear some. I'm like it's technically sound J Cole, right? But it's a lot of it's boring to me. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
I would listen to
So
Gucci Man all day long over all that. Is he better? He can't touch them lyrically, but
yeah,
just it's more entertaining to me. You know what I mean?
so I get that, and I feel like I just feel like what Lupe does is more. I appreciate him from a writer standpoint, I think more than I do a consumer standpoint.
Right.
Because what he does, what he's doing on a consistent basis, is some of the most difficult stuff to do on wax. And I think the reason that you're more entertained, we'll just going back to Eminem. One of the reasons why he's not necessarily in my list is because and I do think he's one of the best ever. I want to go on record by saying that.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's too much shock value rap. This is why I mean I don't get through.
One of my favorite songs from him was probably Mockingbird, though. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yes, and I do agree that Eminem has a lot of emotional depth, but the main things that he puts out or that he's put out over time.
But when I say Eminem too, like my
Semi-Con.
Eminem fandom kind of stops after that joint project with Raw with
Royce the Five
whatchamacallit.
Nine.
Yeah, that
Okay.
Bad Meets Evil. That was the last one. I think maybe when I listened to it, I think some of those songs were in the can already, and they just put them out or so. Because that's the last time I heard him sound like Eminem, like Slim Shady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everything after that. I mean, there's highlights, you know, and for like he like talk about rhyming words. Like I'm like fuck, and the speed that he does it at now and shit. But it's like it doesn't. I go okay, that was very technically impressive. Often I'm like I probably couldn't do that, but it don't slide. I don't want to play it again. I don't want to play it in the car, you know. So, but yeah, and that's kind of where I get with your boy Lupe is I go that was very sharp, but I don't want to. It doesn't have replay value for me. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, and I mean, a lot of people say that, and a lot of people are shocked when I say Lupe because they feel just that. But um,
I respect it though. You know what I mean? Like
the body of work is called The Cool, and it's masterful storytelling of and really just a breakdown of how selling drugs and being in the streets is glamorized.
right.
And
Well, he's from
um,
Chicago too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but his early work, he was rapping street, he was talking about shooting niggas, he was saying a bunch of street shit. It was just hyper lyrical.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he changed his. I think after his buddy Chili got locked up, he kind of changed his perspective and became the GOAT. So just at rapping though, not as far as the artist goes, not close.
Right.
But
Right. Right. Okay.
yeah, The Cool is my pick.
All right. So is that your only? Well, we'll see. There might be another Lupe. I don't know. You mentioned it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Um. So in risk of you taking another Drake one, I don't know, but we referenced it earlier. I'm gonna go kind of out of order here because I know you don't have my fifth one. Let me get Take Care.
Oh, okay, that's a great pick. That is a great pick.
Yeah, I think that's his. That's when he really got in his bag. I was picking between that and Thank Me Later, and I didn't remember which one Marvin's Room was on, and then I looked and it was on there. So that was the one you don't like was actually my deciding factor to go with Take Care. But he when I went back to it, like records like You Deserve It, where he's like talking to his mom and shit, like we just I mean, you don't even hear that from him now, but we didn't hear records like that from anybody. Like, just kind of really endearing type of stuff. You know what I mean? Outside of like Eminem talking about like his daughter and stuff, you didn't hear that sort of personal family touch where you feel like you knew the person. You know what I mean? And I feel like his artistry really started to grow. He found himself like the intro record. I forget some of what these are called, but yeah, like no, that one was where he really started to come into his own for me. So
Take Care is a lot of people's favorite work from him.
yeah,
I think.
yeah,
And I think one of my favorite records from Drake is on Take Care, Practice.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, another stripper banger. But Drake does part of the, I don't know, I don't know what things were like for you, if you had a club era, if you were going out to court girls or just
Probably that for me that would have been like 2010 to like 2014.
Okay.
So yeah.
So Drake and I think Take Care does a lot of this. What I'm getting ready to say too, but Drake does our gender favors when his records get played outside.
Right.
Drake can put a thought in the space to go easier just when the record gets spun. If you catch her at the right moment,
yeah,
he's done a fraction of the work.
In practice, right.
That was going crazy.
I think I don't know if you tapped into his new shit. Actually, you say like I have an affinity for street shit. My favorite new thing that he dropped is called Gen 5.
I love Gen 5.
That
is one of the best records from the 3 projects.
Yeah, it's really good.
First cadence, but
no, the second half of that is phenomenal.
Yes, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. He just you did a great pick. Gen 5 is perfect though.
Yeah. So as far as because I was like, what Drake? I gotta have some Drake on here, if this is like all I get to listen to. So I thought about Dedication 3 or whatever when Wayne introduced him. I thought about, but it's like, what album do I lock down? And after I went back and revisited some shit, I was like, okay, I guess it's Take Care. It's like it's still pre pop star global icon Drake. I think that happened with like, he used to call me on my cell phone, like that transitioned into that, like circa 2015, 16. But this is right before that, like 2011, I think, is when that record came out. So, yeah, that's the one I landed on. But what do you got next?
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of trying to get to the airport here. Okay, so my next one, I'm not gonna go with my Lupe one next. I'm going to go with this. This will surprise you. I'm going with DMX, and then there was X.
Hey, okay.
This project is partially responsible for some of how I approach records. I remember this. So how can I entail this? I'll do another sidebar. Fuck it. This project got me in trouble at school. It didn't get me in trouble at school, but it inspired me to write violently.
Right, yeah.
And because the way he was described. So the record in particular on this project that stood out for me, and he has the big singles on here. Up in Here is on this album.
Okay.
And I don't know if X gonna give it to you is on this album. I don't think so.
Is this the run where he had 2 #1 albums in the same year? Is that?
Yeah, I think this is one of those.
Okay, yeah.
There's a song called The Professional, which is also my first time experiencing a rapper make a song because they were a fan of a movie. There's a movie called The Professional from the 90s. My mom put me on it. She loved it, and I would watch it, and it was great. And it's about this professional assassin who stops being an assassin because he wants to be a good dad to this little orphan girl that he found.
Yeah.
Damn. But the way he's talking about killing people and blowing up people's cars. Hiding the standalone bar he's talking about hiding in the back of your trunk, and when you pop in and you spin the corner, he strangles you to death. I played that shit on a cassette tape, bro. On a cassette tape.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I probably played that record 1,000 times.
Right. Yeah.
So I wrote when I was in school. I had a rhyme book. 6th grade, I had a rhyme book. And
okay.
I started writing about. It was a white girl I wanted to strangle. and I wrote about that shit, and I just just a dumb kid. I left the rhyme book at school, and I'm black, so of course a nosy white teacher is gonna see what I'm writing in my book.
Right.
Found the book, called my mom. They're having a fucking meltdown. He's such a good kid. He was gonna get the principal's award. But
Yeah.
he's in this book talking about strangling girls. Or I didn't say I was gonna strangle her. I said I was gonna drown her at a pool party.
Yeah.
But I wasn't actually. She just got on my fucking nerves. I don't even remember what she did, but.
Now you say you chastised me for going on sidebars, and then you just talked about how you wanted to kill a girl in 6th grade. So
No,
just put
your sidebars are not. Our sidebars aren't the same.
okay.
Sidebars are not the same.
Okay.
You brought up this is directly about me wilding. Okay.
Well, you said like why did like Marvin's room came up? I'm like that's some shit a drunk nigga would say, and I'm a drunk, so I was like, you know what I mean? I don't see how it's correlated to the art. You know what I mean?
Have you left a woman a voicemail saying "fuck your new nigga"?
Probably a text. I don't know about a voicemail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. At least she was real about it.
Yeah. You know, I mean, this is probably a long time ago, but yeah. I mean, that record's a long time ago too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still, I'm a grown ass man now. It's a little different, but yeah. So, but yeah, no.
DMX. I feel like he's got to go. He's one of the goats to me.
You know, cause he was his run. We were so young. Like, and I'm a couple years younger than you, so like, but when I rehear it now, older, I have more of an appreciation for it. Sidebar, somebody that like kind of has with the energy and the cadence and shit that I think is a little slept on too is Mystical. Despite I could separate the art from the person. You know what I mean? He's not a great guy.
That's fine to do that, but man, I think you're surprising me more than I'm surprising you.
Really?
Even not that you have a mystical. I don't think it's possible for you to have a mystical project in the lineup.
No.
Because no. But
no singles though. He's got some like Danger, like some of that shit. Like, you know, my dad put me on kung fu movies. The one Jet Li movie had a song of his at the end where he fought these blonde twins and shit, and the Mystical came on. It was just. Yeah, like he reminds me. Him and X got some similarity. He raps a little faster than DMX, but it had that fucking anger in it. You know what I mean?
The aggression definitely.
Yeah.
And
no, I appreciate X being somebody who is you know, I'm a RPG. He's DMX. You know, do you know where he got his name from?
I don't. Enlighten me.
So he was in boys' school at like 15 years old for like 2 years on some bullshit that he did, and the record player in there was called it's called Dream Master X or something, DMX, and so he made the moniker Darkman X from that. Well,
very interesting.
Yep, I learned that watching like remember when MTV and VH1 used to actually do like music shit?
Yeah, we're old. A lot of these kids never knew that.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids didn't know that.
Before ridiculousness and yeah. So yeah, I learned that on like Behind the Music, DMX type shit. But yeah. Man, the good old days, bro. I used to come home and watch Rap City every day. Like,
oh yeah. I want to be on rap. I want to be on The Basement so bad.
We need to recreate that. Yeah.
I've spoken with somebody locally about doing it, and they're doing a version, but it's not the version I pictured. So
yeah.
It would take a lot of footwork, but I'd be open to it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so okay, I got 2 left. You got 1 left. I know I skipped this one to get my Drake pick because I knew if memory serves me, you do not like this artist at all, which is one of your more spicy takes as far as who you don't like. But let me get All Eyes on Me by Tupac.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I let me say this. You know, even though you get a lot of flack from me for personal reasons, I will say you do a good job of not demeaning other artists, and I'm not so good when I'm talking to somebody that about a rap topic, and I feel like they're a good artist. Um, eventually I have slanderous things to say about somebody, and we're at that point. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean,
What? So what's your main gripe with him? Because
I think
people say he's not lyrical, and
correct.
I think of like I'm sick of psychotic society. Somebody save me. Addicted to drama because even mama couldn't raise me. Like I don't know. Here, like to me, I would hear shit where it's like this motherfucker is rapping. Like people put Biggie over him as a lyricist. To me, Biggie was technically savvy, but kind of monotone and flat a lot of times. You know.
Okay, I think Biggie is more stylish, and I think that's a big. Biggie has more stylish raps, and he was more into, Tupac kind of paved his own way with his image, which is one of my things that I can't stand.
I
Uh,
have a fucking
I
Tupac picture. I'm
you
sitting in front of a Tupac picture at my microphone right now. Like it's literally hung on the wall. It's the Walter Payton picture I gave to my stepdad as a kid, and fucking Tupac. Like so, but yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay, I will be over after this flight to tear that poster down,
Oh
and
my god,
this is
blasphemous!
unacceptable. This is unacceptable. I damn near think I'd rather you have mystical in your lineup. Now the pod is getting
That
crazy.
bro, wow, hey, there's no way when I put this up for like vote, they're gonna turn on you for that one. That's spicy. Like if he's not in your top 10 or whatever, that's cool. Like Jay-Z's not in my top 10, but I wouldn't say
Oh
he's
fuck no.
like he's terrible. You know what I mean? Like you hate him, but the two disconnects we have is you hate him and you don't like Joel Santana.
Look at the side of my wheels. Look how the rims hang off the side of my wheels. Look like spiders coming out of my wheels.
You
I'm
want to
driving for
quote
real.
one bar and act as if that
I
negates.
don't. There's not a lot that are impressive.
What about
And you and I both
what?
know
Come
where
on,
do you rank him in Dipset? God, we don't have the time for this.
the
Where do
number.
you rank him in Dipset?
We had this discussion a long time ago because I know you like
Okay,
J.R. Ryder the most. I said it
he's the
was.
best.
I said it was Jewel's, Hell Rail, and then J.R. Ryder.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. It's J.R. Ryder, Hell Rail, uh, uh, Cameron,
he's
Freaky Zeke,
he's
and then
tweaking,
who
man.
else? Oh, the last one was bogus. He's Freaky Zeke's last. Freaky Zeke's last. Okay, really quick, because you asked me what my gripe is with Tupac. Okay, everybody's like, "Oh, you a hater? You know." But people get in their feelings that I don't put him above me, and they're like, "Do you think you can rap better than Tupac?" Absolutely.
I think you rap better than Tupac,
I
but
appreciate you.
but
You certainly rap better than Tupac. Now,
but he, I don't think you make better songs than Tupac. You know what I mean?
okay. Also, okay. Here's the thing. One of the things we haven't really spoken about is the influence that the well, I guess we have to some degree. Um, but I just think when I've dissected his legacy over the years,
And his
and
iconography carries him a bit with the movies and the image. I'll give you that. But is that what you're kind of?
I will say this. Yeah, well, yes, that's a part of it, and I will say this. I will bet my life on what I'm getting ready to say right now.
Yeah.
If you would call me on one of your bender nights,
Right.
and if this was the case, what I'm getting ready to say, if you seen a local that you knew, like you went to school with him, and you knew when you guys were kids that he was a ballerina. If he grew up, Jordan, tell me I'm lying. If he grew up and was you just, let's say you lost touch with him, and he grew up and when you seen him on Facebook again, he had Thug Life tatted on his stomach, and he's spitting at cameras, and he's portraying this tough guy. I know 1,000,000% you would not support.
I
You would not.
what I think the case with him was, and now we're getting away from even the art. You're talking about the person,
Well,
but
it has to do with the art
I
because
I
it's
th-
not authentic.
I think he was a sensitive soul that felt pain at a very high clip, higher than most,
So,
like a lot of artists do, and that in turn brought a darkness out of him that you saw. You know what I
so
mean?
this. Now we're into some wild shit. Jordan, RPG. I'm not even. I got to talk to RPG now.
Okay, cool. Well, it's hey,
This the wildest take. This is the
RPG
wildest thing I've ever heard you say. I think.
RPG is a manifestation of Jordan's pain. You know what I mean?
Okay. So that's why I want to talk to him because I don't know. We didn't grow up together, but I
Right.
know for sure you weren't a ballerina.
No,
Number one.
no.
I know there's validity to a lot of the things that you say when you record.
Sure.
A lot of it is feelings and scenarios that would pan out if you fly off the handle a lot of the time.
Right.
But you just I've never heard you cap for somebody that was just soft, just plain out soft. I've never heard you do anything like this. It's mind blowing.
Listen,
Anybody else would get.
do I think this is the problem with rap though? In no other medium do I think fucking Tom Cruise is a action hero, right? Like it's we don't do that with other shit, but this is why young niggas now crash out and point Dracos at Gucci Man and to get out of their contract because they think they gotta be beholden to what they talk about in their art. And it's like for me, I can have that separation. Like, I murdered a million people? Like, no, I never claimed to be the toughest guy. Was I around a lot of shit? Yeah, but it's the music I like. It's what I grew up around. I denounce a lot of street shit now, regardless of what I talk about in my music or what I listen to. But I can have that separation. Do I think Tupac was the toughest guy ever? No, but I don't think he was soft. That to say he was soft like this, you so he because what he did as a youth, you think like he's that's people are complicated. You know what I mean? People have chapters and layers of their life. So that's I don't know. That's wild to me. But
Okay, we got to take an intermission because I'm in the gas station.
okay. So yeah, no, yeah, I know where we're at. So to me, man, I'll leave it with this about because it was supposed to be, but people will like to hear this back and forth between us. But because we're going more into the person than the actual art now.
Okay, well, I mean, I can go into the art.
Hold on, though. I'll leave the person part with this. He did everything that he did and died at fucking 25 years old. Like
That's why he's put on the pedestal every time they die.
that helps it, but like Kurt Cobain is still Kurt Cobain to me, you know. Like there's something about him dying that might aid it a little bit, the lore of it, but it's still what
Would
it.
you consider Nirvana one of the best bands of all time?
We've had this discussion too in the past. Yeah, they're one of my favorites. So maybe we'll do a rock pod sometime too. Yeah.
We can definitely do that, and a lot of people who do what we do cannot do a rock pod.
Oh no, they're not versed in it. And you know what? Hey, sidebar. Anybody listening that if you look up to me or Wally or both, and you want to know how you get good at this, it's studying things other than rap. You have to listen to rock. You have
100%, absolutely.
yeah,
I try and kids ask me this stuff all the time. That is 100% true.
yeah,
A lot of my concepts or the way that I approach records doesn't come from other rappers.
right,
I think 90% of them suck.
yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
hear different sounds in rock or even the tempo, even sometimes just the drums will inspire me to make have a different approach. So
Yeah.
that is 100% fact.
Particularly like chorus writing. You can learn a lot from. I draw a lot from like pop music too, but yeah. Um, so I don't know. Let's talk about his art briefly, and then we'll get to your last pick and mine, and we can put a bow on it.
Okay.
What so what did so where
Tupac does not have a dynamic body of work. I mean, I like the
is there a song that you like?
Out on Bail, Fresh Out of Jail, California Dreaming. That's about it.
Okay. You don't like America's Most Wanted. You don't like Hail Mary.
Oh, I just think maybe there's a disconnect that has to do with who I am as a person. But when I think of like people saying the goats, I need more. I just need more from the goats, and Tupac just doesn't do it for me. Now I can't go on record and say he's not. He's arguably one of the most impactful rapper ever.
Yeah, gangster music and shit. Yeah, gangster rap. Yeah.
But you and I both know that doesn't equate to um, being a GOAT sonically.
Well, so like,
realistically, Soulja Boy is a legend. Soulja Boy did some amazing stuff.
but there's
always been trash.
I can say Soulja Boy has a record or two at least that I fuck with though. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess you California.
Sure, yeah.
You said California Love. Okay, I'll give you that. But like, hot up out the bed, turn my swag on. Like some of it's cool. Or like
I love Pretty Boy Swag. I love
Gucci
Bandana.
Bandana.
First one, Marco Polo.
Yeah, Marco. Yeah.
But
last night your girl forehead.
Yeah. I wanted to ghostwrite all of Soulja Boy's shit and just make him super lyrical out of nowhere. That was like one of my young dreams.
That would have been. I remember you said that. Yeah, that would have been funny as hell, bro. I sometimes I like the absurdity of shit. Like Dion put me on Lil Pump when Lil Pump first came out, and like in the car it was just so stupid, and the beats were hitting, and you know what I mean. Like is it good? No, but it's like it was just I love the absurdity of it. You know what I mean? Like in the club, in the car, there's certain music that's just for certain things. Like niggas hate me because I don't like fucking Starlito and Trip, but
wow.
Reggie played it in the car. Reggie played it in the car. I'm like, this slides in the car. You know what I mean? So there's just certain shit for.
You say you don't like Starlito and Trip?
I don't. I haven't been a fan. No.
Yeah, we definitely got some. Yeah, man.
That might be one. That's one of my hotter takes.
Let me ask you this: do they rap better than Tupac? At least Don Trip.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
Nah.
Yeah. I don't even. What do you even say to that? That's okay.
I respect them. Like they're cool.
Do you feel like okay? Let's get on the technical side. You're very technical artist.
Right.
How many cadences can you recall Tupac having?
I mean.
How many? Have you ever heard of Entendre?
Punchline rap wasn't a thing though back then too. Like
it was. We had Big Pun and Big L. We did have punchline rappers. We did.
Big Pun.
Big L is who Jay-Z wanted to be like.
Big L is a little like. I mean, yeah, but that was a New York thing. New York kind of ushered in that. It's an East Coast thing, and then it evolved into like Cassidy and shit like that. But like, I didn't. Tupac for me is more like when niggas say like a vibe. He's the original like vibe rapper to me.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like it's his voice. It's the whole thing. It's not. But like, hey, like one of my favorite records from his is "If I Die Tonight." You know what I mean? I'm ducking the cops. I hit the weed as I'm clutching my Glock. Niggas is hot when I hit the block. What if I die tonight? Like it slides. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't think fucking Don Trip raps like that. No, yeah, I mean, but that'll be one of your niggas might flame you for that one, comparing them niggas to
I,
Tupac,
I,
but
I'm gonna get torn apart for a lot that's said
we,
on
we
this
we both will.
podcast,
We both will.
and
Yeah.
the thing with that is, you know, the thing with that is you have to have a for us to even for me to even consider your opinion or take what you said at all. You have to be good. You got to be good. And a
Right.
lot of these guys a lot of people that are going to listen to this or have an opinion about my opinion aren't good. I'm sorry to be the first one to be, I guess, get competitive on the pod. But
Oh, that's fine. Hey, you know what? Can I tell you something? You said something to
sure,
me a long time ago, and I it just now resonated with me. I would tell you about shit people said and how I felt about it. And you said, Jordan, why do you care about the opinions of peons? And
yeah, yeah,
it just started resonating with me very recently. You know what I mean? So I would give you that. Yeah, but this is anything we put out, man. It's because we want to do it. Like fuck with a motherfucker, thing. Like we
of
want people
course.
to like what we do, but universal love is unattainable. And complete synchronicity is never a thing. The people I have the most in common with, the frequency is 75%. You know what I mean? Like there's always gaps but that's what makes us human. You know what I mean? And um, so we spent a lot of time on Tupac. Thanks for doing this, by the way. I
Of
appreciate it.
course, it's no problem, bro. It's no problem.
It's
I'm
been
super
fun.
busy, but
Yeah.
you know, being able to have a dynamic rap conversation is not a task. It's actually I don't get to do it very much. I've actually got to do it quite a bit this weekend, so I'm in a pretty good mood.
Yeah, there's
Um,
it's hard to find people you can nerd out on shit with, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you, every time you talk about rap, you mention cadence, and that's I think a lot of people don't quite grasp why, but like I get it. You know what I mean? So, but let's move off of Tupac and get your last pick
Please.
here, and then we'll get mine. So, what's your last project?
All right. I actually had two mixtapes. My old one, the other one I already stated was Drop Three
Yeah.
by Wayne, and I have to put the GOAT back in the lineup, back in the fucking lineup. Lupe Fiasco's mixtape, Friend of the People, is really just the untouchable body of work.
Yeah. Man, two Lupes
And
is
I know
crazy.
there's different things on our project. So let me go on record and say this. This is basically Lupe's. This is how good it is. Okay, this is Lupe's. Basically, his part of it. Part of the overall body of work is his ode to Jesus, to Christianity.
Okay.
I am not religious at all.
Okay.
No, I don't pray at night. No sky daddy can tell me what's gonna happen day to day. That's just me. I'm my own man. I'm in control. I feel like I'm in control. My
Sidebar, real quick. Have you
sure.
ever experienced anything that you can't explain?
In regard to why I'm not religious.
Well, no, no. I mean, like the
Oh,
reason
you're
I,
talking about like metaphysical.
yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean I'm not arrogant enough to think that there aren't greater powers. But a man, I have to experience that for myself. A man cannot come up to me and tell me that a person I haven't seen told him that we have to live this way or we're going to burn
Sure,
forever.
traditional, yeah, yeah.
It just doesn't. I'm a man of logic and reason. Religion is for people who don't believe in themselves or people who have been through trauma and just need a crutch. But that's a
That
whole
that
nother.
last part, and I'm gonna name drop somebody here. So this will be the
Sure, okay.
sidebar of the sidebars. Remember me hanging out with David Rose?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's so haunted about who he used to be that he created a new person to be, and it's under the uh, scaffolding of Christianity that he has now restructured and made a whole new person to be. But yeah, anyway. So
Is that so? I mean, in our eyes, it's not necessarily rational. But if it's how I don't scrutinize people for being religious. I'm gonna get some slack for what I just said by people who are religious and sinning way more than I do. But that's neither here nor there. I
yeah,
don't scrutinize people for religion because I am very fond of some very religious people, and they need to believe to get through the day. You know,
yeah.
we all have different
I'll say the
vices. We all
prayer
have
with
different
Rob
things
when I
that
get real drunk. I pray my niggas off the phone. But,
you.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. But yeah,
Man.
I don't. If you are listening to this and you believe in God, that is great, and I'm happy for you, and I hope that your beliefs pan out.
It's something that
Uh,
I struggle with as well because the person that taught me everything I know about it did not and still does not abide by it, which was my dad. So
mm,
yeah, I get it. It's the people that pump it though and are they make it their identity. They're weak. So
yeah,
we can
I
agree
mean,
with that.
you're a goofy, and I feel like they're the most fragile, the ones who
Yeah.
are. I'll name drop two, and this guy won't listen to this, but if he does, I still think you're a cornball, bro. Um, this kid named Brandon. What was his last name? Because if he does listen, I want him. He'll know anyway, because he was the only kid in school wearing S. Carters and tucking his Max 10 polos in his jeans, carrying a Bible around and judging everybody for cussing or getting pussy or drinking or getting fucked up. I
Right.
was doing all of those things. You were failing classes, but
Right.
carrying a Bible around. God didn't give you the strength to pass the test, little nigga.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
My
It's just the hyper Christianity.
my thing,
Is
one thing about it too is that, and we're getting way fucking off course, but
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I needed to say it
to present
to
the
speak on how good this project is.
So one last little thought on it. My dad would say shit to me like, "Oh, Jordan, you think you're smarter than everybody?" And the Bible says for an intellectual man to uh, enter the kingdom of heaven is like a bull going through the eye of a needle or something like that. And it made me think like, so what? So God wants a bunch of dumb
It
motherfuckers
is.
around. He wants yes men. Is what
You
you're
can't
saying.
question anything. You can't come
Yeah.
to. You can't have any discernment.
Right.
And it's kind of like that makes me question the Bible as a whole. Like what? So this book we're supposed to live by. We're just supposed to blindly just
Yeah.
abide by this shit. This is how. I mean, niggas can't do these type of things. Like we you tell a it's basically to me like a kid seeing a white van and somebody being like, "Come here, I got candy."
Right. Yeah.
If you don't parent your child and tell them stay away from these people, and you just tell them, just go with the flow. See, hey, test the candy out. See
Well,
what it does.
that's the whole origin story of Satan, and he said, "Why can't you eat the apple?" You know what I mean? So,
But why can't you? Why can't you have wisdom?
right.
Because you will know that for centuries, people have been using this to rape people, to manipulate people to and it's really honestly most people that are hyper religious, and I'm sorry if you're listening and I'm offending you in any way, you can reach out to me, WalterOnWax at Gmail. Give me a lecture, send me a scripture, whatever. At gmail.com. But most people who are hyper religious are morons.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't make enough to give 10% of you can't invest 10% of anything in yourself, but you'll every Sunday you will put that in the hands of somebody just because they read from the Bible. I considered starting a church for a bunch of
Hey, yeah,
years.
me and you got the gift of gab. My sister
We
told me a
would
long
be
time
rich, bro. We would be
ago.
rich before. I think we'd be rich before 2028. We would have $1 million. If me and you started a church.
Yeah, yeah. We
Giving,
we might need to
you
consider,
know,
and it'll be on the west side of South Bend.
oh
Yeah,
boy, oh boy,
yeah,
poverty stricken.
yeah.
We're getting all the dollars they can spare. I don't manipulate people like that. I like
Yeah.
earning my money honestly, and um, if you come to me if you come to me with a dilemma or there's something wrong, I'm not going to tell you to pray about it. We're going to brainstorm, and I'm going to give you the most logical and rational outcome.
But so you are you get basically what you get at is the he's a religious person or the project touches on themes of Christianity a lot and it's so good that you can ignore your your own
It's
personal feelings about it.
it's yeah, absolutely. It's really perfect. Like he has a song called "What Would Jesus Do," and it's phenomenal, man. Like he's talking about how people are praising technology instead of praising God, and
Right.
I just it's the concept and his approach is so good that I can't help but enjoy it. Like it's not like Christianity music, but it's more of his perspective on how people disregard Christianity for technology, or where he has a few records on there. Another standout record. A lot of people don't like this, but I enjoy, and I know you do too, because you do this like me. I enjoy when people rap about how good they are at rapping.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love and he
That's
has a
been
record called
lost, bro. Braggadocia, yeah. Cause niggas don't
yeah,
care no more. Yeah.
bro, they're not good enough. They're just not good enough to do it.
It
He
turned
has a
into
record.
flex. They flex now. I got more money than you. I'm more hood than you. Like,
Right, but you're not impressive. And I've been in the studio with so many industry guys who they just have more money than me. That's it.
yeah.
But he has a record called Super Cold, and he's basically talking about how nice he is at rapping, and he has some very impressive double entendres on there, and he freestyled it. He's just good to go. He's just the go, man.
I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Um,
You're gonna hate it.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. People be surprised. Like, I have some like guilty pleasure shit that I listen to. Like, there's a couple Taylor Swift records I like. There's
Oh,
Lady,
there's
yeah,
absolutely nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
But so we have your list. I have one more. Um, I remember back in the day, niggas trolled you and left you a message that said you sounded like Drake and this next person mixed on your phone. I think you used it on one of your mixtapes. You used the voicemail. But as I revisited shit, early Ludacris is one of my
Wow.
favorite rappers.
Okay.
We talk about cadence.
Perfect. Sorry for disrupting the pod. It's a lot going on. I'm on the go.
I know, I
Um.
got you. Yeah. Early Ludacris, you talk a lot about cadence.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man.
his
Yeah.
cadence, and this is always a funny word to me, but his diction are
Oh
top
yeah. I know.
notch. You know what I
Go
mean?
ahead.
Um, his lead off single was Shauna. We can do it on the 50-yard line when the Dirty Birds kick for tree. And if you like it in the
It's
clip,
great.
yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? So I was trying to narrow down which one I wanted, and I went with word of mouth for that.
That's a good pick, man.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
And there's you. With the fun thing about this is I had forgot about right. Like I forgot about fuck that. Get the fuck back. We make your skull crack with him and like 20 and Shauna. Like you know what I mean. So it was fun. The slaps in the car, but like Ludacris, I think is one of the most underrated rappers like ever. Like his run was up there. You know what I mean? He was competing.
Yeah.
He was in the era of Eminem and Jay Z and them guys. So um, I think his main problem is his aesthetic. Like his aesthetic would never lend itself to longevity. You know what I mean? The sort of comical, you know, whatever. But that run though, I yeah. Iconic for me. So I heard you say, "Wow, you don't really fuck with Ludacris," or
No, I think he's great. It's just kind of unfortunate how far he fell from grace.
oh yeah.
Um.
Have you heard
But
his recent shit? He's trying to get back there, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's just not. I'm just not resonating with it as much as I was before. But he actually had one. He actually has one of my favorite verses ever on a song with Twister called "Higher."
Okay.
He has mastered. In agreement with what you were saying, he has masterful control over his cadence, and he really bodied Twister on the record.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm whispering. I'm on a screen right now, but yeah, I think that's a good pick. I don't think a lot of people would even have that pick, so that's a unique one.
I couldn't. If this is all we ever get to listen to again, I need some Ludacris in there. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the ones that held up for me. Like I said, we used to listen to Cassidy, Lloyd Banks, fucking Nelly, Chingy. You know what I mean? But a lot of shit don't stand the test of time. But the older Ludacris, I would still watch nigga Throwed and Bowls and yeah, I got my twin Glock 40s. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
still tap in. It still holds up. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so that's the list. We had seven to pop. No, this was fun, man. I think
yeah.
people,
Thank you for having me.
yeah, man, people will enjoy hearing us discuss our craft and who we admire and the things we like and why we like it. So, um, but yeah, man, I think we'll wrap it there. At this point, I had started to talk with Wally off the record, and we cut it. But so that's the video, man. If you like it, let me know. Like, comment, sub, all that jazz. Get in the comments. Let us know whose catalog you resonate with more. Who had the hottest, spiciest take? Who don't know what the fuck they're talking about? Are they just wild? Are we crazy? Are we just, some unks? We don't, should we have Playboy Cardi on there? Should, what were we missing? Get in the comments. Let us know what you think. But yeah, peace.